wonderful interpreters, and thank you again for tuning in. Last Friday on July 22nd, we mass emailed LNI interpreters with the results of the first round of the election. And now we would like to update you on what's next and what kind of information and details Washington Interpreters is sorting out with the Public Employment Relations Commission, better known as PERC. So let's get started. To start off, I would like to say thank you to all of our supporters. It's been a very long road to get to this point, and now we are one step closer to having our union. Now, as you were able to see from the election results, no union was able to reach the 51% of votes required to win the election in the first round. Now, since no union was able to win during the first round, PERC already declared the results of the election undetermined and requiring a runoff election. We were still a bit surprised with the results, to be honest with you, showing that WFSE was ahead, since we were the first union to file for representation and we have always been in the lead when hundreds of interpreters more than 2 years ago signed our cards, giving us the lead when we filed for representation first. And of course, WFSE was barely able to intervene in this election. So as of right now, something doesn't feel quite right about this, and we are investigating further. We'll let you know when we find out more, but what we can say right now is this. We are concerned with the fact that more than 500 LNI interpreters didn't get to vote. That's actually more than 50% of the eligible voters, which means that the vast majority of LNI interpreters didn't get to cast their vote and make their voices heard. Why? I would also like to remind you that out of those more than 500 interpreters that didn't get to vote, there were about 300 interpreters that didn't get to vote because they did not receive a ballot. Why? Because they used to work for language agencies and LNI didn't seem to cooperate with getting those mailing addresses. They were unable to do so. There was also a last-minute break from the IntelliVote company handling this election for a maintenance session, which lasted for about 2 to 3 days. And those were days where interpreters didn't vote, adding to the confusion of this whole election process. Also, as you remember, the election ended last Friday at 9 a.m. That means July 22nd. And we also showed you how the Washington Federation of State Employees, WFSE, opposed the election to be extended for a mere 3 more hours until 12 noon so that more interpreters could have a chance to cast their vote. Regardless, PERC will now proceed with a runoff election, or a second round if you want to call it that. But the difference is that this time the no representation choice will not be on the ballot. There will be only 2 choices on the ballot: Washington Interpreters and WFSE. So this is the election that actually matters. You know what that means? The score right now is 0-0. Yes, the union that wins the runoff will actually win the election. I would also like to mention that we received many reports of inappropriate and questionable election conduct from WFSE in the lead up to and during the first election process. Now that we're proceeding to the runoff election, we will be able to formally challenge this conduct by WFSE before PERC. In closing, we continue to believe that LNI interpreters deserve the chance to have an independent union that will fight for their best interests, and that we, Washington interpreters, are the best choice to make that happen. Regardless of what you may hear from WFSE and others, this is far from over, and we look forward to earning your vote during the upcoming runoff election, where we have to make sure that the vast majority of LNI interpreters actually get to cast their votes. Stay tuned for more updates on our investigation into the first election results and the upcoming runoff election. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel in order to keep on getting more relevant information for our interpreting community. See you in the next video. Do not lose hope. And as always, God bless.